Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do this. This is a lovely texture on a blanket, and if you turn it sort of to the side, you can see it has a really pretty rib running through it. Now the way you work this, you're only working into these loops. You've got your double crochets are inside the loops. So when you do your next row, you're doing your double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet into the loop, and you jump to the next one. And that is how it gets this really pretty compacted or sort of rib in it as well. Look at that, it's really pretty. Now this yarn shows you what it looks like in different colours. I mean, it's pretty in darker colours and it's lovely in light colours. I found the best yarn for this is a chunky yarn or an Aran yarn. This one is called Paint Box Chunky Pots and it's called Making Hay. This one is called Making, it's in a bit of a sorry, a sorry mess. Muttley was playing around with his ball and he actually pushed the ball inside there and he ran around with the whole ball of yarn. It was everywhere. Unbelievable with that ball. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this really pretty stitch. You can use it for scarves, you can use it for cushion covers, you can use it for blankets, for throws. You can do it in a double knitting yarn, in a thinner yarn. It'll just take longer to crochet it. It works up really quickly and really nice in a really thick yarn. It's really pretty. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's so super easy as well. So the yarn I'm going to use for this sample is called James Seabury Party Time. It's a chunky yarn. I think this pattern looks better either in an Aran or a chunky. You can do it in a thinner yarn, but it'll take you longer to work it. The shade number on this is PT3 and it's 100 gram balls. Now I'm just showing you how to do my sample in this. I'll pop that to the side. Now the chain that you make, you're going to do in sets of 3 and then add 1 extra. So do your chain in sets of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I've done my chain. I'm going to do this in a little cuddle size blanket, just a little 12 by 12 square. And that'll be plenty for that one ball of wool. I've only got that one ball. Now I'm going to add 1 more to the chain. Now into the second stitch, you're going to do a double crochet. If you're in the USA, this is a single crochet. So go into there and do a double crochet. 1. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip a stitch and do a double crochet in the next stitch and a double crochet in the next stitch. So skip 1 and you'll do 2 double crochets, 1 into that stitch and 1 into the next stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 and double crochet into the next stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 and double crochet. Then we're going to do double crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 and do 2 double crochets. That's 1 to finish that loop and 1 to start the next. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1, double crochet into the next stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, all the way along, skip 1, then do 2 double crochets, 1 into that stitch, 1 into that stitch. 1 stitch left, So I'm going to put one double crochet into this last stitch, just the one on the end. I've got one. I'm going to chain one and turn. Now into that double crochet I'm going to put another one. Just go straight in there and do a double crochet. So you'll go to your loop, you'll put a double crochet into the loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now do a double crochet into the same loop. Now when you put your double crochet in here, the one that's on the side will anchor it and stop it from sliding in. And the one we put in the next loop will anchor this one. You might think that you're doing 2 into this loop and they're going to slide around. They won't. So jump the 2 double crochets here and go into the next loop. Do a double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into that same loop. Go to the next loop. Skip the stitches here, go to the next loop. You'll always be working in the loops. 1 double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and another double crochet into the same loop. And you're going to start building these little archways. The next round you'll do your double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet into the loop, move to the next one, double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet into the loop. Now what you have to remember with this is, make sure you're doing it into the loop. Don't go into the double crochet that's down here. Make sure it's inside the loop. So we're going to move to the next loop. So make sure you're not going into this stitch here, you're going into this loop here. So double crochet into the loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then double crochet into the same loop again. Over to the next loop, double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet into the loop. Move to the next loop. So you can see that it's anchoring itself. This one anchors this one and this one anchors it, stops it from sliding away back up there. And you've still got your loops. So we'll move over to the next loop, double crochet into the loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into that same loop. Move to the next one all the way along. You're not touching these stitches at all, you're going into these loops. Double crochet into the loop, chain 3, and double crochet into the loop. Now you're going into that last stitch and putting a double crochet. That will stop this one from sliding around in there. So double crochet into there, chain 1 and turn. And that is what you do row after row after row. So a double crochet into the very first stitch, right into that first stitch. Then over to the next loop. Now you must do a double crochet, 3 chain and a double crochet into the loop and then move to the next loop. And that is what you do row after row. You can see it there. So into the next loop, double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet. Really easy. Once you get this into your head, not to go in here, and make sure you do 2 double crochets. So 1 chain 3 and another one. Then move over, double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet into the same loop, over to the next loop, double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet all the way to the end, just using the loops. Now I'm nearly at the end again. The one thing as well, when you put your second double crochet in, don't be tempted to do 3 chain and make a loop. Sometimes when you're not quite thinking, you might do 3 chain again and then go into the loop, and you're going to end up with extra chains and your little blanket will start to go away out like that. So after every row, just make sure that you don't have an extra chain across there, because sometimes when you're doing double crochet, 3 chain, double crochet, 3 chain, double crochet, you're tempted to do 3 chain again, but don't. Just make sure you do it in the loop, and make sure you don't have any extra chains going across here and then in there. So if you say to me, my blanket's starting to go wide, the possibility is you've accidentally done a chain before this one. So don't do that. Make sure it's double crochet, 3 chain, double crochet, move to the loop. Double crochet, 3 chain, double crochet, move to the loop. So 1, 2, 3, and put my double crochet in, and then just double crochet right into this last stitch. Don't do any chains, just go straight in, chain 1 and turn straight into the first stitch and do a double crochet. Keeps your edge straight. Now into, I'm on a fluorescent pink now, into the next loop. We're going into all the loops again. That's all you're going to do. Into the loop with a double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet into the loop again. Now this is where you might be tempted to chain 3 again, but don't. Go straight to the next loop. With this pattern, just keep thinking only the loops, only the loops, only the loops. And that way you won't be tempted to add a chain in across here. Then do your chain, and then your double crochet inside that loop. Over to the next loop. 1, 2, 3, and in. And this is what you get. It works out. It looks a little messy, but don't worry. Once you've got this built up, I'll go back to my other blanket. You'll just continue to do that. Finish off the blanket, what I would actually do is I would do a chain 3. Now I'm at the end and I'm going to work down the side. I would just chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go into the next stitch space and do a double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, and then go into the next stitch and do a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, into the next stitch and do a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, just into the next stitch. And it's going to put that nice little ruffle peak down the side of your blanket as well, like this. It's really pretty. Give this a little try. Make it as big as you like and do your chain in sets of 3. But give it a few rows, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 rows before you see this nice pattern showing through on your blanket. It doesn't look much when you first do it, as you can see from this. It doesn't look much when you first do it, but as you let it build up, look at this. It is so pretty, and you get that lovely rib going up the pattern, and it's reversible as well. You can see it there. It seems to show up more with these kind of colours, but it really is pretty. The bigger you make it, then the more you're going to see that pattern. It's really pretty. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you click on the bell icon, then YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. So I'm going to get on with the rest of my blanket. I'll just take that back out and I'll do some more rows for my little card blanket.